It is 2 o'clock on the dot Eastern time, so I'm going to get this show on the road because, like I said, we have a very special edition Sales Huddle for you guys. But before I let him take over and tell us all about AI, I just have a few quick updates for you guys. I'm going to try to speed through them as fast as possible. Please, first and foremost, mute your microphone if you are not the featured speaker, but do turn your camera on. It's great to use this time to build some community, see each other, and let our speakers see who they're talking to and engage in the conversation. Use that raised hand feature, use that chat feature throughout the presentation. But first and foremost, our leaderboard, activities leaderboard powered by Tempo. This is our proprietary app we have here at UMortgage that tracks literally everything from workouts to phone calls to meetings to closings, and you can get points each day for that. So in first place from yesterday, we have Brad Britton with 209 points. Second, Chris Bronstead, 208 points. And third, Bobby Valaquez with 206 points. That might be the closest race for the top three we have ever had. And just missing out in fourth place, Trevor Reed with 204. Huge shout out to all those guys for getting over 200 points yesterday. And fifth, we got Taylor Hoff with 148. Sixth, Jeff Lake, 146. Seventh, Channing Moore, 140. Eighth, Glenda White, 138. Ninth, Sean Grapevine, 137, and 10th, Brian Pollard, 136. Close race across the board, and huge shout out to all of you guys for making that leaderboard from yesterday. Next up, our play of the day. We have theme days here as well, and today's theme is your pre-approved buyers, and we're challenging you to go into Tempo and look at your lead tracker, your expired lead list, and use this script to re-engage them, get them excited about buying again, educate them about buy downs and how they can use it to help them get into a home and maybe make it a little bit more affordable for them. So your challenge today is pull up this script. I just dropped it in the chat, make those calls, track it in Tempo, and convert some of those leads there. Next up, Success Track is back. We are very excited to announce our next go around on September 17th and 18th. Registration as of Monday was halfway full, so I'm sure it's even more today. So if you want to go, you need to do it like right now. Well, after the Sales Huddle. Do it right after the Sales Huddle. Make sure you're registering and start saving your spot there for the 17th and 18th. This is a great time to not only learn from our partners, but also see each other. We have some great content coming your way. Connect with one another, see each other face to face, and build those relationships. So please, if you can, head out to Success Track and make sure you are registering sooner rather than later. And then lastly, a reminder, our sales theme of the week is all about consistency build, making sure that you are doing what you need to do every single day, because we know this industry is a long game, making sure you're sticking to your time blocks, sticking to your social posts, sticking to your calls, because before you know it, that will all add up and get you to where you want to be. Okay. I did it, 3 minutes. I try to do that fast for you, Chris, but we are very excited to have a very special guest. We have Chris Johnstone on with us. Chris is an Anthropic, there we go. I was reading too fast. Anthropic Certified AI Engineer. I'm surprised I remembered all that. Author of AI 101, creator of a loan officer AI CRM. He knows everything you need to know about AI and being an LO and how you can make them work together. So Chris is going to be sharing how we can use that to build it as a referral source and grow our business through AI. So Chris, please, I will hand it over to you to take it away.
Man, Kate, like, what type of coffee do you drink, brother? That was amazing. That was well done. Thank you. Awesome. Hey, gang. So I'm a pretty chill guy. You'll probably get that from the presentation. What we're going to be talking about today is how to get referrals from AI. When I say AI, I'm going to interchangeably say AI and ChatGPT, only because ChatGPT really is leading that consumer direct race. We see about 82% of our like general consumers and usage using ChatGPT. So when I say ChatGPT, just know that I'm talking about could be Claude, could be Grok, could be Perplexity, any of those AI engines. So in the chat, let me know who in here has already received a referral from AI. Who's gotten a referral from ChatGPT? David, my man, do you mind unmuting your microphone?
Yeah, sure, Chris.
Sweet. Can you tell me about it?
Yeah, so I got a phone call from a doctor looking for a delayed financing loan for about $600,000, and I was like, "Oh, I'm halfway through my intake call," and I asked, "Hey, how did you, who referred you? Like, how did you get my name?" And he's like, "Actually, I searched for good best mortgage lenders in insert city where I am, and you were the first loan officer to pick up the phone." like
Yep.
as he's calling through the phone. So I just happened to be, he told me that he searched it in Claude, and I
Yep.
just about flipped my lid when he told me that, like almost unprofessionally. So just like, because I hadn't done anything to spur that. It just happened.
Yep. That is amazing. And so like a doctor, great credit. Did you
Yeah.
end up funding the loan?
He went to the local credit union instead, but
Ah,
like I made
bummer.
it. I know I made it pretty far though. Like he was happy with the service, and I sent him a personal note. But he's in my database CRM for like follow-ups and things, because that credit union is not gonna be there forever.
That's it. That's awesome. Well, cool. Thank you for sharing. And that's what we're talking about, is making those phone calls happen from AI agents and you being the lender on the other side of things. I also saw, I think it was Andrew in the chat, it popped up and came down. He said he's gotten a number of them as well. So, oh, look at this. Jeff says yes. Adam says me. Corbett says I have. Andrew says many. So this is happening. So I don't have a slide deck for us because I wanted this to be more of a conversation and more of an engaging presentation, but this is absolutely the future. My dad was a mortgage lender. He brought me into the business. And so I've been doing this for 16 years, specifically generating referrals for people in the mortgage industry using technology. And this is the largest shift that I think I've ever seen. So I don't know what I did when I was a kid to deserve such cruel and unusual punishment. But when I got into the mortgage business, I was 21 years old, and my dad put me on the rate sheets and donut circuit. So if you're not familiar with that is, you fill your car up with donuts and coffee, and you drive around all the real estate offices, and you hang out in the lobby, handing out your rate sheets to try and get real estate agents to talk to you. Not recommended. You can probably guess how well that worked. But then Google Ads were launched. And I was one of the very first people to start running real estate based lead gen ads on Google AdWords. And I went from not being able to meet with a single real estate agent in my marketplace to being able to walk into any office I wanted, walk up to the top producer's desk, slam down 15 leads I generated in the last 2 days and said, hey, would you like access to these? I'd like to have a conversation about being your lender. And we went to number one in the company in about 16 months and held that leaderboard position for like 3.5, almost 4 years off that lead gen. Fast forward to today, 16 years later. The statistic year over year, SEMrush just produced their annual study. Inbound phone calls from Google business pages are down 59% year over year, almost 60%. We don't have less people buying homes. People are moving platforms, right? Our audience is moving. People are using their AI agents to do their shopping, right? They're shopping for cars, they're shopping for houses. And just like David, Andrew, everybody in the chat, we're now starting to get direct inbound lead gen from AI agents. We hear a lot of conversation in the industry about, hey, we can use AI for our processes, for helping communication, content creation, all those wonderful things. But what's being missed in our industry is that this is the largest consumer direct shift that we're going to go through in probably the next 10 years. Our consumers are now using AI to choose their lender. Another very interesting statistic that came out, 87% of borrowers choose their lender through a referral or existing relationship. I don't want anybody to think that this is a conversation about lead gen, because being in that world, online leads suck. Is that a fair statement from like Facebook leads and that sort of thing? You know, they're great when you do organic content, but paying for leads and trying to convert them is very complicated, very difficult to do. We're not talking about lead gen. We're talking about referrals. I believe that artificial intelligence has become a new referral pathway. We have our past customer database. We have our realtor partners, sometimes financial planners and attorneys. We have our deals in process. And now we have a fourth referral partner in our market, and that's the AI agents. So our job is to become the expert with AI, insert in ChatGPT, right? So that when a new borrower comes to the market and they're looking for a real estate agent, or they're looking for a mortgage lender for a specific product type, you are the recommended lender in that list. And just like we learned from David already, you have to be the first lender to pick up the phone. Absolutely, you have to pick up the phone in order to get those opportunities. And potentially having AI assist you with that is one of the things where you can make a very significant difference. So one final piece before we get into the actual, like, how do we do it and get these recommendations is, so how many of you are familiar with getting leads from Google, getting leads from social? Like, let me know in the chat if you're getting leads from either of those sources. Jeff says, can you talk about how AI allows us to compete with the big boys and level the playing field? 100%. We'll get towards that towards the end. David says, people have a relationship with their AI agents, so they trust their AI chat so much. Absolutely, 100%. And we're also finding that it tends to be a more sophisticated consumer. Dentists, doctors, people with great credit scores, people with easy down payments, people that are looking for a more nuanced approach to not just a first-time home buyer, but people that are looking for a lender that can really help them with a solution. We're finding a lot of fix and flips investors. We're finding a lot of reverse mortgage leads that are coming through the platform, a lot of self-employed. So like, hey, I'm self-employed, I need this DSCR loan. A lot of people that are digging into that niche specific research and then asking which lender to work with. And that comes to our point of, if you've had success with social media in the past, social media uses the profile of the person to target them with advertisements. So this person is in this location, interested in these topics, connected to these people. That builds this social graph and this profile and uses that to show ads to them. And in the mortgage industry, we're looking for a needle in a haystack of somebody that fits the demographic profile of needing a mortgage and just happening to have our content show up in front of them at the moment where they need a mortgage. Still works. Absolutely, you should be marketing to your database and your qualified agents and using social media for that. But finding a consumer that's going to see your content and become a lead and actually become a deal, very hard to scale, very hard to do. But that's how social media targets the consumers. They know who they are and they're showing them ads. On Google and search marketing, it's all based on keyword and intent. What are they typing into the search engine? What products and services are they looking for? And then they're showing them ads, or they're showing them websites. They're now showing them Gemini at the top of the search based on what they've searched for. ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok, right? They have both because they know who the user of the AI is. They know you're a first-time home buyer. They know you're an investor. They know who you are. So you have social media, right? And they're watching all of the conversations and learning from your conversations. So they know at the exact moment when you're ready to talk to a mortgage lender about a specific loan. It's the first platform in the history of marketing and advertising where you can have demographics and intent combined at the exact same moment and show your business to that person at that time. First time ever in history we've had the opportunity to do this. So that's why I believe AI to be a referral partner. The question becomes, how do you actually get the AI to recommend you and your mortgage business at that moment when that person is ready to come in? And so we have basically a 4-step process that I'll share with you here. And know that so we're working with the number 5 mortgage broker in the state of Florida. He's up to 1 out of every 3 loans that he funds right now is coming from an AI recommendation. 1 in 3. I've got a gentleman in the New York market who, so in June, I don't have his July numbers yet. In June, he funded 4 loans, more than $2 million in volume from 4 loans that came through artificial intelligence. I want you in front of that type of traffic. So the way that we do it is by becoming an authority on the individual loan product type that you want calling you on the other end of the phone. And you can do multiples and you can do all of them. It just takes longer. and you have to focus on one first. So we'll use the example of a first-time home buyer, right? So we want to go out and get first-time home buyers that are going to call us. They're interested in getting a mortgage. Well, the very first thing that you do is you sign up for a free ChatGPT account that's only going to be used for your business. Why free? Because that's where AI is scraping the majority of their data. When it was Google and when it was social media, it was all about backlinks and manufacturing your authority with the engine, right? And putting the content online, it goes, it discovers it, it finds it, serves it back to people. AI is actually getting the majority of their information and content. They've already scraped all the internet, watched all the YouTube videos. AI already has all of the content. It's weighting the most relevancy to the conversations that are happening inside the AI agent in real time. So when you sign up for a free ChatGPT account and you set a recurring task once a week to go into your market, do deep research on what are the top questions that a first-time home buyer is asking in today's market. Find me all the questions on Facebook, Reddit, Quora, all the threads, and serve me the number one question that first-time home buyers have in my market, and then write me an email newsletter for me to send to my database, answering that number one question, highlighting a new listing that's hit the market this week, a little blurb about what's happening in the mortgage industry right now, and something from around town. And once a week, your ChatGPT account turns on, finds the most frequently asked question for your perfect customer, serves it back to you, and writes content to answer that question. Everybody with me so far? Just go to your ChatGPT account, set a task, turn on every Friday morning, 7 a.m., find the most frequently asked question, help me write my newsletter to my database. That's where most people get hung up. They won't set the recurring task and they won't do it, right? The second area that stops people is they'll just copy what the AI put it into their newsletter and send it out. The reason we're using a free account is so that we can teach the AI that we're the mortgage expert for first-time home buyers in that market. Because it's going to produce content and it's going to be like 60% good. You go back to the AI and say, thank you for finding the question. But here in this market, write it like this. And you teach the AI a better answer to the question. Over time, we're finding anywhere between like 6 and 8 weeks of once a week training the artificial intelligence that you're the expert on that product type in that market. It learns that you're the expert in that market on that product type. So then you're seen as the expert by the AI. But then you've got to back it up with social proof. Okay, so step one, set up your newsletter and send it. Like you should have a weekly newsletter researched and partially written by AI that you can send out to your past customer database. Always ask for referrals. When you send it out, at the bottom, hey, the greatest compliment is a referral. Do you have any friends, family members, or coworkers looking to buy, sell, or refinance right now? Please forward this information along. Ask for referrals. Once you get that content and you send it out to your newsletter, you go back to the same conversation in AI and you say, now turn this into a blog post. It spits you out a blog post with the learned content that it's created for you. You publish that on your LinkedIn profile. The AI reads your LinkedIn, same as it reads a website, same as it reads a blog. Now you're the authority figure, you've published the content. Then you say, great, write me a promotional post for Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, insert in the social media networks that you're active on, and it will write you posts that drive people back to that blog. I know we're getting a little bit in the weeds here, but that's how it's done. So I can't sugarcoat it. It's just, it is what it is. I apologize, but we've got 8 major marketplaces across the United States that we've used this strategy to get mortgage lenders recommended, and they're getting leads and they're getting deals as a result of it. So you have to train the AI that you're the expert, produce content that it can grab and give to consumers, and then put it on social media so that it sees the social media conversation. Does that make sense? Gustavo says the AI triangle of trust. That's awesome. That's thank you for the new name. I'm just kidding, but yeah, that's amazing. So next up, I'm not going to do it live because we've only got 10 minutes left and we've still got a fair bit to go through. But what my plan was to look at your individual marketplace and take somebody on ChatGPT and do the research. So rather than doing that, let's all do it individually. So everybody, if you can, just open up a browser tab or pull up your phone, pull up ChatGPT, go to it and ask it, who do you recommend as a local mortgage specialist for insert your product type, and see what it comes back with. So Brian says, if we already have a paid ChatGPT account, do we actually need to start a new free one? The answer is yes. You want to use a free account because that's where they're scraping the most data from. If you have a paid account, one of the features of that is that there's a little bit of, there's less data sharing, I guess you should say. Not all of it, but a little bit less. You want to use a free account because that's the one that they're pulling the information from. Jeff says, if you want to show up on Chat, Claude, and Perplexity, do you need to do this on all the platforms? The answer is no. We're finding that if we can get recommended inside ChatGPT, it kind of like is starting to just translate over into all the other AI agents as well. It's kind of like when you rank on Google, you also rank on Bing and Yahoo, but like nobody really notices. We find if we can get you recommended with ChatGPT, it translates over to the other AIs for that. So Jake, yes, you do that search from a free account and you set a task so that it does that research for you once a week. So if you've gone on to ChatGPT, said, you know, find me the best mortgage lender for this product in this area, you hit search, it's going to come up with a map, typically at the top. It'll recommend 2 or 3 lenders, or it'll just recommend one lender. It's different in every market. Everybody's AI puts different responses out there. The thing that doesn't change is when you go down to the very bottom of what ChatGPT has given you, there's a little round circle there that says sources. Does everybody see that sources button? Dave Hutchinson came up in my results. That's awesome, Corey. Nice. So when you hit that sources button, a panel pops up on the right-hand side of your screen, and it will show you all of the websites that the AI went to make the decision on who it's going to recommend. Typically, what you're going to see is you're going to see competitors' websites, potentially your websites. You're going to see a bunch of business directories. Go sign up for those business directories. They're free. But what you're also going to see is you're going to see Reddit and Facebook. Typically, the AI is going to go and read conversations that your customers are having online about mortgage lenders in your market. And if you don't see it, it's an amazing opportunity because you can start the conversation. So if we were in Dallas, let's say, and I say, you know, find me the best mortgage broker in Dallas or mortgage lender in Dallas, right? It's going to find a Reddit thread on the website Reddit/Dallas, and somebody a year ago said, hey, can somebody recommend a good mortgage lender in Dallas? AI goes and reads that conversation and puts a significant amount of weight on the names that are mentioned inside that conversation. Happens with Facebook groups as well. So when you go into your market and you research who the most recommended mortgage lender is, go to sources and find where those conversations are on Reddit and inside Facebook groups. Then when you're asking your clients and customers and friends and family for online ratings and reviews, you want to ask them if they're a Reddit user. Hey, you wouldn't happen to use Reddit, do you? Yeah, I do. Would you do me a huge solid? There's this conversation that's happening about the top mortgage lenders in my city. Could you just go leave a nice comment there with my name and my phone number? I'd really appreciate it. It'd be a great business builder for me. And you get your friends, family members, or customers to comment your information in that Reddit subreddit. I know this sounds crazy. It's the future of marketing because you can't game the conversations. There's no shenanigans. It's real people having real conversations in a raw environment where it's heavily moderated. If you can get your customers to start leaving you reviews inside Facebook groups and Reddit threads, it's the new social proof. AI reads it, and those communities on Facebook and Reddit are very active. So there is actually customers in there that you may be able to get. I've seen this work really well for fix and flip investors and specific communities, VA, communities that are active on social media networks. And every time you get a mention on one of those networks, AI picks it up and it feeds your social score inside the AI so that the AI can recommend you. Is that valuable? Is that helpful? Don't do it yourself. You'll get ripped up on Reddit if you try and self-promote. So don't self-promote on Reddit or inside Facebook groups unless you're taking your weekly newsletter and posting it, saying, hey, this week's newsletter is about first-time homebuyers. Hope you find this helpful. You can give no self-promotion, but you can totally give away great information in those groups and again, get cited by the AI. So now we have another really big announcement. And this gets to like, how do I do this quickly and easily? 3.5 weeks ago, ChatGPT released ads. You can now run an ad on ChatGPT for your mortgage business, and they will show it to the exact right person at the exact right time. Financial services just became live about a week and a half ago for us to be able to run those ads. And that gives us two very significant opportunities. The first is obviously consumer direct. Pick the type of customer you want and just run an ad that targets that person. If they're using a free ChatGPT account, they do the search for a mortgage lender. There's one ad that pops up at the bottom of their ChatGPT account with your ad. Ad costs right now are ridiculously low. There's almost nobody doing it. This is Google Ads 10, 12 years ago, right? In 3 years, it's going to be totally saturated. I don't know whether it's going to be a good platform at that point, but right now we're first in. Fantastic opportunity. There's a Gustavo just posted a picture of an ad that some of our friends in the industry are using. Gustavo, thank you for that. So the second significant opportunity is repeating the playbook that I did when Google Ads came out and Facebook ads came out. Be the first lender to go to the largest real estate teams and the largest real estate partners in your market and be the one that educates them that there's now ads on ChatGPT. If they're buying leads from Zillow or they're buying leads from Google or they're buying leads from Facebook, it's my opinion that the leads that are going to come through this source are going to be better quality at this point. You being the lender that takes it to them and opens them up to the opportunity, I think that's a fantastic opportunity for you to build the relationship, ask for referrals, but prove yourself as a lender, not as a, hey, I'm a lead generator. So what I did was I put together a free guide on how to set up your ChatGPT account, how to run your ads, how to set up a follow-up system that actually like follows up using AI so that you don't have to chase and follow up on all the leads. I'll put it in the chat here for you. It's gptleads.com. So I'll put the beginning on it here. So gpt-leads.com. gpt-dash-leads.com. There you go. You should be able to click that in the chat. And those, if you're watching the recording or whatever, GPT, chat GPT, but take the chat off the front, GPT dash, which is 2 over from the delete key, leads.com. There's a free report there, shows you actually like how to set up your ChatGPT ads account and get into the platform. And then just the final part of that, we're running a special where we're bringing people in on a beta, and it's like, hey, we'll set everything up for you for a one-time fee. It's $497, and it's not about the $497. It's about us getting mortgage lenders approved so that we can build case studies on like, how good are the leads? Are they as good as organic? What do the real estate leads look like? We're just looking to partner with people that are like, hey, let's see what we can do with ads on ChatGPT. So that's organically how to get there. Looking for a fast track, ads is always a great way to get to the front page. But it's dicey. A brand new ad platform, they're the first AI agent to actually run ads. There's going to be a bunch of declines. It's going to be difficult to get those ads up and running. But I think the opportunity is great enough that it's worth paying attention to. So first off, to Anthony and the team at UMortgage, thank you for having me. Caden, thank you so much for doing such a great job on the show. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I mean, Caden, I know that we wanted to keep this at time, but do you want to do Q&A? Can we do Q&A?
If you're good with it, we're good with it. We'll definitely open up for a couple questions if that's cool.
Cool. Awesome. Does anybody have any questions? And was that valuable? Did I do okay? Did all right?
Phenomenal. That was very valuable. Gustavo's got something for us. What's up, man?
We have some partners here that are outside loan officers. Just wondering, do you offer the service for just loan officers or for in general, like real estate or any type of any industry within or anybody within the industry?
So loan officers and real estate partners, but just those two. We just do mortgage and real estate. That's it. Yep. Great question. And good to see you.
I got something for you, Chris. Just because it seems like we got some questions in the chat throughout. Can you just reiterate the importance of why you should do this on a free account versus if you already have a paid one?
Because ChatGPT is scraping the information in real time from the free accounts to learn. Because the AI agents already have all of the information. Like, it's been a goal of mine for a long time to finish the internet. It actually did it. Like, read the entire internet, watched all the YouTube videos. So now it's looking at real-time conversations and what people are actually using AI for to learn. And so when you're teaching it in real time that you're the expert on VA mortgages or refinances or whatever it is, and you're consistently teaching the AI from a free account, it's scraping that data, knowing that it's you creating the content, teaching the AI about that mortgage type, and then it makes you the expert on that product type and feels comfortable recommending you to a referral that it gets. Like, hey, I'm looking for information on this. Well, hey, you should call Caden. Caden's in here once a week teaching me about it. He must be good. You can go call him, right? So it's that style of things. Did that help?
Absolutely. Yeah, that was great. Perfect. Jeff, you got a question for us. What's up?
So 2 things. How do we get a hold of you and get in touch with you about getting the setup done for us? Because that's always something I would rather do than stumble through.
So if you go to that website, so gpt-leads.com, opt in, all the contact information is there.
Perfect. In setting up a free account, if chat already knows who you are, is it not going to go, hey, you already have a paid account. I already know a lot about you, Jeff. Why are you doing this free account?
So think of it like a business account and a personal account. So one just for business. So super, I don't know if it's interesting or not, but the number one use case for artificial intelligence is, let's call it personal development or therapy, is the number one. People just are talking to it. It's normal for people to have a business account and personal growth account, let's call it, right? You don't want to mix those two things. And I think there's a lot of people that use AI in that way. You've got one account for your personal and you've got one account for your business. So Jeff, I would set up a free account with your business domain and use that for everything business. Does that help?
Yeah, so you want to get your own like a new email through Google that is just for that. Like I was thinking I would set up a Gmail account for email, like myfreegpt@gmail.com, so that I will know then all the things that are coming in from that. Is that a necessary item to do?
Yeah, I mean, if you've got another email address, just know one's for business and one's for personal, and just only use the business one for business stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there is also in your settings inside of ChatGPT, there's so if you go settings personalization, there's a button you can press that says download my information. You can click that button and it will give you a prompt, and you can take that to your new account and just say, hey, take everything that you can learn about my business from this prompt to build my business account. And it will fill it with all the information that it knows about your business, but keep all your personal stuff out of there. Cool.
Gustavo, another question?
Really quick. Yeah, just I have a free account on my laptop as opposed to the one I have on my phone. And the one on my laptop's free, and it's the one I've been asking. And it actually, because it knows I'm a loan officer, it actually gave me, I can evaluate, because it knows I'm a loan officer, it's because I was asking who's the best loan officer in Chicago or who we would recommend. It actually gave me a prompt that it would evaluate me against other loan officers and tell me how it could recommend me first.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting too.
Absolutely. And do that. Like follow the recommendations and, plant your news articles in the sources that it recommends. It will tell you what needs to be done. The thing that's so great about this opportunity is that most won't. And so even though it feels daunting, if you go through and you do the work and you set it up almost like a personal coach, like turn on every Friday at 7 a.m., do this research, prompt me to do the thing, and you time block 2 hours every Friday morning just to work on your AI, you'll be miles ahead in what I consider to be a pretty short period of time. Awesome, Gustavo.
We got another question from you from Gretchen. What you got for us?
Yeah, so I see that there is a one-time fee, but is there anything after that to continue working on the AI and chat to get ads?
No. So we set it up for you all with that one-time $497, and then we have a free call that we do every Friday to help you optimize your own ads. So there's no ongoing charge, and you guys already have a phenomenal CRM at UMortgage. Typically we would direct people towards our CRM, but we're going to direct you back into the UMortgage platform. So there's no additional cost that goes along with it. It's just literally the one-time setup. Cool.
Amazing.
Gretchen, thank you for the question.
Awesome. We got people signing up.
I'm sorry, I did not.
You're okay. You're okay. We got people already saying they're signing up in the chat, so that is great there. Chris, thank you so much. We really appreciate you taking the time and educating us all on something that I think we could all agree we could learn a little bit more about and use a little bit better. So we appreciate you taking the time. We appreciate everybody for being on this call today. And we challenge you to not just listen to what Chris said, but actually go out and implement it and see those results. And yes, this is recorded. But that is all we have for today. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we will be back on Monday.
Thank
you, Chris.
Awesome. Thanks, Corey. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, Caden.
Thanks.